Something that was, guys, welcome to the Round Table Podcast. Listen, guys, well, we try to set it up for you so that you can eat.
That's right.
We want you to eat, and that doesn't necessarily mean, obviously, meaning put a fork or spoon to your mouth. It could be educational, and you are receiving it. You're receiving what it is you're hearing. That means you're eating. Guys, listen. Our last hour we talked about science, the STEM program.
Yes.
It was all about business and educating our community. I digress from that. It's just this sad thing that happened today.
Yes.
Kind of bothered me. So,
Kobe.
Yeah, I know that people are still signing on, before we get into that. Listen, I would love for you to like and share this page.
Share it right now.
Guys, initially, we're striving to be the number one podcast in the city of Detroit for now.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we want to grow. But for now, we want to be the largest and the biggest and the more informational podcast that we can possibly be, so that we can inform our community and the things that they probably should know. And there's a whole lot that we need to know. Trust me.
It really is.
This thing's changed.
We definitely have to get off of that. And it is a tale of two cities right now in the city of Detroit.
That's right.
But I refuse to sit back and just watch the other folks come in and define and determine the jewels of Detroit.
What other folks?
White folks. I can tell you.
Oh,
them white folks out there.
She's working on her political career.
Guys, listen, I'm gonna tell you, what you running for? What'd you say?
Yeah, that's why she said.
I'll promote you. I can do the media part.
That's
I've been telling this cat for the longest, but my thing is this. Listen, don't see. You just put me in another mindset. I drove my daughter and her best friend from Arizona. I drove them around the city of Detroit, and we began to talk about the city. I talk about gentrification in our city. I begin to tell them when I was working with the city of Detroit how things have changed and these things wasn't there and why they wasn't there. And that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
About gentrification.
And we're going to talk about that in our next one.
Because it is changing. And what happens when gentrification, don't get me going there. When gentrification
don't get me going there.
You get
so that's going to be our next topic, y'all. That's going to be our next topic.
Listen, people move out when gentrification move in.
Yeah.
It's all about the dollar and what we can afford from what we can't afford. Listen, our condolences to
the Bryant family.
Absolutely.
Kobe Bryant family. And,
that's sad.
We found out that the daughter, I'm believing allegedly, just saying allegedly because I really don't know. I believe it's been confirmed through TMZ
and other news.
I believe in other news that the daughter passed away as well. I don't know who the other individual was in the plane. That they passed away. And I had listened to Farrakhan and his message around the new year, and he said something very prolific for me, and it was simple but prolific. And he said, I'm not going to wish you a happy new year because I don't know what the year has in store for you. That's right.
I'm going to wish you God's peace.
That's right.
Because this, for a lot of people, may be their last year.
That's right. That's so sad.
And so, for this to happen to Kobe Bryant, when he had so much life left.
So much life.
Yeah, I know he did. I know he woke up.
Peace.
Yeah.
Yes.
Condolence.
Condolence to the family,
just
to his wife.
Because I know he woke up and he didn't think that he was gonna. He was going to die.
Last day.
Yeah.
So we just definitely.
You never know.
Table family. We sent out our condolences. This is like when I heard it, it's like almost like a brother.
Yeah.
It is so much. It's so strongly related, and you feel like you see this person in your household for so long.
For so many
I won't say every day,
years.
but for so long that name rings out in the sports and leaving sports and becoming an entrepreneur. And it's just so much that it was so sad. And what I consider to be a good person. We all make mistakes in our past and whatever, but just being an individual out here making things happen and having a family and losing that family. Absolutely. It is a split. I feel so bad. So we definitely from the round table send our condolences out to that family. We're praying for that family. And just, we know that it's going to take time of healing. Just like Nipsey Hussle, I believe this is going to be a very big turnout in terms of, putting together, what they're going to do, the ceremony, and, our wishes go out, our blessings go out.
Yeah, most definitely.
Our love go out to that family.
Yes.
And that community that loved him as a athlete, what I mean? That loved him as an individual, That's
right.
I'm still blown away about what happened. My brother called me on the phone and told me he's a sport fanatic. So, everybody just blown away. So, and to all our sports fanatics is out there.
Yeah.
We have to find some type of comfort in this situation. But first of all, we have to pray for the family. Keep the family in mind, of what happened. How old was he? 41 or something like that in the area? 40. Still young. He's a creative mindset. Entrepreneur. I'm messed up. When I heard it, it tore me up. And just to think he had a daughter. So we praying for the family. But, I digress from that. Just getting back into the round table.
That's right.
Relationship hour. We have to the side of me is Lady B.
Hey.
We have RW3.
That's right.
Lovely day.
Lovely day. Lovely tea. Lovely tea. Lovely tea.
RW3.
Come on, lovely tea.
Lovely tea.
That's right.
Lovely tea. Standing strong. Pushing out. We love Lovely T. That's why I'm pushing it so hard. She came up with this name, and we love it. We accept it.
Thank
Lovely
you.
T.
Accept me for
I'm
life.
going to remember this. I'm going to remember. I'm going to make it part of me to remember this. But we get into the relationship hour. We get into the relationship hour.
Yes.
And, even in the
be of comedy for a second.
That's right.
That's all right though.
And maybe we'll put up just to give out our condolences to that family. But just to digress from there and just get back into our mindset of having fun, a relationship hour.
That's
so
right.
What is our topic for today?
So our topic for today is my boyfriend is not romantic. Should I be worried? So in this episode, we will be discussing a young lady whose boyfriend does not show her any kind of romance or affection. She has no doubt that he really cares about her. She is romantic with him. She tells him how much she loves him. Every once in a while, she does things for him to show him that she cares about her. But in return, he is not romantic with her. He has never told her that she's beautiful and never given her any flowers, etc. Even though she know he cares about her because he calls her and he talks to her every day and every night and makes time for her event. Though he's in school getting his master's degree, she still think maybe he's being stressed with school and that that's the reason why he's not showing her any affection or romance.
So what do we think about this?
So is there a question? Does she have a
so
question?
So she want to know, like, I don't know. She don't know what to do. She just, she should be worried, She worried. What do you guys think?
Maybe
he's not.
She's
really,
not getting what she wants. She's out of the relationship.
Out the relationship. He's not showing her anything. No romance. No.
Producer, come in here real quick.
Affection.
For just one of the cameras.
Well, what's so hard about that?
She said, "Well, I know he cares."
Okay.
And I always question when sometimes people make that qualifier. Mm-hmm. They'll point out what they're not getting or what they're not happy about from someone, and then they'll qualify. But I know they care, and those are so. If she communicate the things that proves that he cares. But those aren't the things
that she
views
right
as caring behavior.
Yeah.
So does he really care? Because it sounds like he's doing things that he wants to do, or more or less for himself. Because if he's not doing what she views as caring behavior, he really don't care. All he care about is what he want to do, what's in his best benefit. So I don't even know if he cares. And based on the fact that it doesn't seem like he cares, how can he be romantic when he really don't care anyway?
Or it could be a learned behavior. Sometimes we fall into that place where we just didn't know that these are the things that we need to do. Sometimes it can generate from how we were raised. It could be our fathers, if they were in our lives, how to treat a lady, how, chivalry, making sure chivalry is not dead, and showing signs of affection. How was he raised? Was he a straight guy? Did he show affection? Was affection in his family? It goes so much. It's so much in tune to that.
That's true.
Because I was that guy that dealt with that. I dealt with that in terms of emotion.
Yeah.
Because how I was raised. Raised with a lot of boys, and to some degree a single household. My father, he was there, but when I seen him, he was a manly man. You know what I mean? That didn't show a lot of affection, emotion.
Yeah, because it didn't say in the description that this was something that was going on and then it stopped. Right. Because in some cases in a relationship, that's typically what will happen, is that the person that you dated has now changed, and those things that kept the interaction fun and exciting are no longer there.
Right.
It sounds like, I think, did she say she's never?
That's what it sounds like.
Never heard
roses.
Him say he love her or something.
Right. Well,
or roses.
But she's beautiful.
Right. He's never said these things. So my thing would be, well, when you met this person, if these things were not going on, then one, how does he know that these are things that you value in a relationship? Two, is it a fair expectation if he wasn't doing that in the first place? What has changed to make him want to do it now?
Well, it's fair to expect someone to love you enough to try.
If they know.
Once you communicate that to them.
Because their love could be different. Their, what is that, love DNA, whatever they call, not love,
love language.
Love language could be different.
The 5 love languages.
Because of what they've seen all their lives. So it's kind of like a little bit on the edge. I'm going to say this. I wouldn't give up.
Right.
In fact, I wouldn't give up, because it could be worse. It could be much worse. And you've seen the signs, and that maybe that's their love language until it changes. I remember, I'm not going to say names, so I'll just put it in this perspective. I knew someone that I knew him personally as a friend in our family, and when he dated someone in our family, she began to show him what it is, how to dress. She began. Honestly, she began to show him how to dress when he was more of a sport guy, football, real stocky guy, wrestled. He was more that tough guy type image. When I mean sports, when I mean they already know who I'm talking about. At least my family will watch. When I mean football, he was a nose guard. Okay. Wrestling, he wrestled. But guess what? He loved opera.
Okay.
Big old dude loving opera.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But guess what? She changed him in terms of showing him how to dress.
Okay.
How to look.
But he had
good.
to be open to that too.
Yes, he had to be open to that.
Yeah,
He had
to be open.
I guess that's what I'm saying, is that
you can't
sometimes
change
it's
anybody.
us teaching and showing, or just letting them know, hey, listen, I'd like to hear this more. You know what I mean? I would love to hear this more from you. Because you pretty much know if this person is doing it purposely, they really just don't care. You should just run quickly, move out.
And then it depends on, we can go so many ways, because it really didn't, she set up a scenario, but there's a lot of details lacking, right? So it could be how she's even communicating that, right? Because I'm guilty. Well, no. Well,
he cheating.
Why he be cheating? No, he's
just because he's not showing.
Degree.
So you saying because he has not showing affection, he's cheating?
No.
Oh wow.
No.
He cheating.
But I was gonna say, like, sometimes, and I've been guilty of this.
You was cheating?
No.
You was cheating.
I'll say, yeah, you know, sure would be nice if, you know what I'm saying, ... Instead of just having a straightforward conversation and say, you know, I would really like if I, you know, got some flowers from you from time to time.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? You see some flowers on, you be like, ooh, those are really pretty. And you assume that your partner is supposed to pick up on, oh, well, let me get her.
Well, was that person that deep in it?
Right,
maybe you could be in more deep than he was, or maybe she was. You get what I mean? And I'm not on that. I ain't on that type tip like WAP or like RW3. He may not be on that type tip where, you know.
Well, generally speaking, as guys, though, let me ask y'all. Just as guys, do y'all pick up on those hints? Like, is it really like you all are naive to what the woman is trying to communicate there, or y'all purposely be like, no, I'm not into her like that, so I'm not.
Repeat that again.
So when women drop hints, for lack of a better term, do you all really know like what she's asking for when she's dropping the hints, or do you or do men genuinely like not get it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
In terms of
that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
You give me a hint, I don't know what you're talking about. Say what
in
you
terms of romance.
Say it.
In terms of romance.
Yeah.
Say it.
Okay, so my thing is,
don't blame me because you dropping a hint. You ain't give it to me straight.
Mine is a two-part situation. In terms of a married person, you I believe is your own obligation to know. You should do the work and pick up the work. You know, I'm not saying you're always going to be successful, but it should be something that you've done on your own because they're just proving that you care about the relationship. But in terms of being in a single lifestyle, I guess it's all about what you're looking to get out of it, out of the relationship. So if you're not looking anything but just for one thing, then I guess it. I
had sent you guys some links. I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at the video. This one girl was talking about how she's married. She says she has to like throw different type of hints. You know, like she have to go like way high. She have to shoot high to come low. Like say if she want to go on a vacation, she'll look at the most expensive one. Then maybe the significant other be like, well, that's too high. Why don't you look for something lower? Yeah. So then that's how she get to really like, okay, right. Then they end up going on a lower vacation. They get to, you know.
But she was just happy to get the vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know.
But that's a whole different
thing
now.
Yeah,
well, that's a tactic. But now that those people are settled in a relationship and she knows she going to have to do this in order to move this Negro. You know what I mean? Where now you have, in the single world, which I think this is where this situation is coming from, right?
Yeah,
they're single. Where now is more so the mentality of the person, where you now have to actually look at, is this guy? I mean, you know, do he got a brain to understand that this is what, you know, helps me?
But he's talking to her every day.
Well, I guess it depends on what we're talking about.
There you go. Is she communicating right? What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? So, are we talking, or are you pushing forward that romance? And there's a lot of times the guy, I think, does or should lead. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes we can get a little bit sidetracked where so many other things is going on where that's not, you know, I think it was a month. It was a month. I'll say a month. I was telling my wife, I was going up to her, just giving her a kiss. You know what I mean? Giving her a kiss, say, let me get a
for
kiss.
A month, huh? Okay.
No, it was. It was. And then I slowed down.
Now it's to zero.
No, it's not to zero, but it's.
It should be one. It should be every time you guys.
It should. But I was trying to spark the interest of saying, you know, and when I would say, oh, give me a kiss, and I give her a kiss. I mean, but what I'm saying is, from that, what am I saying? I'm saying is, a lot of times, I'm not even gonna say a lot of times. Majority of the time, I I ain't gonna say majority. All the time.
All the time.
I believe it's the man that should lead it, and then what happens is
Lead what?
The romance.
the romance.
Well,
I
can't. Wait.
Hold on, let me say.
Okay, go ahead.
But what happens is, I think when we do it, it set this tone for the woman to react to it. Well, maybe she'll say, "Oh, okay, I see where this is going."
Well, then that's true. Good, you said that. But then it was another link I sent you guys. It talked about a girl talked about how she had to set the tone. So that to show him this is what she liked, she liked because she was more of an affectionate person, like to hug, like out in public. She liked to, feel that affection. So she had to really start like setting the tone. So then he started grasping and catching on after that.
That's right.
Well,
or whatever.
Some people, and again, I think it all goes back to communication, because the more you can have talks in a dating situation,
that's right, about
your comfort level with public display of affection, and other types of things, you create opportunity to be more in tune with the person and understand what their love language is.
So what if a person never find their single person? Well, I don't know if the love language is for married people or for single people. I wouldn't think it's for single people. So that's what would be hard to really.
No, I don't think, because I don't think the love is real. This is my personal opinion. I don't believe when you're dating, because I believe that if you're in love, then you should show that you're in love and not for the moment. Because in love to me is more of an action than it is a feeling.
But the fact that he calls her every day and spends regardless
that don't mean you love him.
But that's an action.
Well, can it be I'm so used to talking to you that I just call you on the phone?
But according to your definition,
how do
you said it's an action.
Well, exactly. I'm gonna stay on that. That's right. It's an action, but it's an action of affection. I'm not saying it's just an action, but it's an action of affection.
I like that.
More so than it is just an action. I'm gonna call you on the phone. My thing is this: what I'm saying. Okay, so I've always.
But communication is one of the languages, though.
I'll give you that. But what I'm saying is that doesn't still negate the emotions of that individual, whether it be male or female, where I want you to pour more into me on an affectionate way,
affectionate.
An affectionate
That's where the love language comes in. If you know the person's love language,
I can communicate. Hey, how you doing? What you do today? Oh, okay. I did the same thing. That's a little bit more cold.
It's different love languages. They say it's from buying somebody. Some people like to be buy things nice for them.
Tangible things.
So I'm gonna be honest about it. To me, let me say it. A lot of times, let me go on record.
Okay.
I think the love language is bull crap. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I believe a lot of times, and it's man-made anyway, show me scripturally where love language, and I will happily debate you through a Hebrew language, through a Hebrew interpretation. My thing for love language is more fleshly driven. You're saying that this is what makes me feel good. That's more fleshly driven than it is a spiritual driven. Now, I do understand we live in a real world where all the time we have to be able to please our individuals. But what if you don't please them? You get what I mean? So my thing is that I think that we need to get out of that bull crap. That bull crap.
Come on, RW3.
This is my love language. My love language if you rub on my chest, or if you
say this to me, or you
do. Making no sense. So
if you gotta hug me to know that I know that you love me because you're hugging
that's
me.
my love language.
But you can be spiritually motivated, you know what I'm saying? You could that source that drives you to want to show affection from your partner can come from a spiritual place, right? But in what form? Okay, that's where language comes into play. It is to help communicate.
I could listen. Okay, so it's been times where I believe, I'm gonna say both words before I say the one. I believe that the Ruach HaKodesh, which is the Holy Spirit, Hebrew, be able to inform you what it is you need to do with your partner, because sometimes you may not see something that the separated spirit may see, and we call it the Holy Spirit. It's Ruach HaKodesh. So my thing is that the Ruach may be able to speak to me and say, hey, listen, maybe you need to do this. More so than me, if I was to do it, maybe I wouldn't do it as much. So I believe that I would depend more on me being led than me just coming up with some fake scenarios. Because maybe I won't caress you the way you will need to be caressed.
But why? How are you taking the other person out of that equation?
What do you mean? Say it again.
Because you're saying you're going to, you feel like instead of relying on yourself, that you will rely on your higher power for guidance. I'm saying, and I am in no way minimizing that source. That's a powerful source. But how do you take the other person that's in that equation totally out of
you're not
that understanding?
But
yes,
you're not
you are.
Because what I'm saying is that maybe I may be led to go massage her shoulders, and she's just sitting there at the table, which I've done. You know what I mean? Where I just go, correct.
But while you're...
My wife is a touchable person, where she loves to be touched, whether it's massage, you know what I mean? She smile and laugh when I say, hey, give me a kiss. You know what I mean? She's more, that's her individuality. I understand her makeup because I've been with her for so long. So I understand she'll smile a little bit, laugh a little bit. So I get that. But that's more me learning than me just moving fakely. You know what I mean? Just me moving when I... Hold on.
Look at what?
You can look at me crazy if you want,
three
I've been
looking
married
like
for 20
that.
years, so I know exactly what time it is. So my thing is that...
Moving fakely?
Fakely is this, where if I'm not married, if I'm a boyfriend and a girlfriend, I don't think anything that you pretty much doing is something that's considered to be serious. Because to me, the serious aspect of you saying that I do, you can have sex, but you can't get married. So my thing is that you fake listen, when I was in the game, when I was running the street, if I was in a relationship, that relationship wasn't serious because I couldn't tell her I do. I want to commit faithfully to you. I want to bring you into my lifestyle. I want to share your life. We share your...
But we're talking
let
about
me ask you a question.
romance.
Let me ask you a question.
That's
Hold
romance.
on.
That's romance.
I just want to get clarity. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Does there have to be...
This is something, because in this society, marriage is played down.
Right.
Relationship is played up because it's more... People are more into exchanging. I'm into you, but when I feel like I into you, I'm gone. So to me, that's a fake. That's fake. It's not real. It's not real because you're not willing to be with me when your emotions change to say that.
Yeah, too
wait a
thick
minute,
and
you
thin.
did this to me, I'm gone.
Right.
No, then you fake.
Yeah.
You can't put that up as real love. So go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
I get, this is my question, and let's just for the sake of pull this sex out for the sake of my question I'm about to ask. There is a, in whatever time frame that is, there is a space from when I meet someone to when I say, babe, I love you, and I'm asking your hand in marriage, right?
Right.
I'm just going to see it as space. I'm not saying how long that is. So in order for me or us to journey from here to here, because I'm going from, I don't know you from a can of paint, I just love you with the love of God, like I love all humanity, to the point where when I'm here, I love you as a man to a woman. I want you to be my lifelong partner, spiritually, intimately, and all those things. So, but while in this journey, for me to get here to there,
that's right.
There are things that I need to know.
It's called courtship.
Right? Absolutely.
Okay.
Listen. Well, that's courtship. That's fine.
No.
Courtship.
And that courtship. That's fine. We pulled it out.
Right.
The courtship that I need to show you for you to believe and have the confidence that I truly love you and I can be that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with.
In this society.
What?
That's not a reality. It's not a reality
that what?
in this society that sex and dating don't go hand
No,
in
I'm
hand.
saying I'm saying sex doesn't show me that you love me. I mean, sex is a
but it
fleshly
plays
act.
a part in it, though.
No, but I'm saying
can't
us
avoid
having
it.
this discussion, sex is not an affirmation of love.
But it's not a reality in this society.
I mean, do you agree with that though? I ain't talking. Let's take society out of it.
Obvious.
Let's
That's
go
obvious.
biblical.
But how
is that an affirmation of somebody love?
Well, the only reason why that's a little bit more technical because it's not a reality to relationship. More relationships, they validate love with sex. But I can't be in a world that don't exist. So that world that you're saying that it doesn't exist if you're talking about dating.
And so if that's the case, if that's the case, Tone, though, if that's the case, we got to take it. We got to bring it. We got to bring it full circle. So that means what you said earlier that when you mentioned about being led, by the spirit in terms of what to do.
That don't exist.
But let me finish.
In reality, though.
Right. That means we got to talk. We got to have a lane. We got to talk in the real world. We have to communicate with each other
That
to
don't
know.
happen, does it?
No, that's what's happening.
It's very low that happens.
So research
Very
does
low.
show that healthy, successful, long-lasting relationships, marriages, do require 100% commitment because that's when you're able to feel safe. To be vulnerable with each other, and you need vulnerability
before or after. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying a component of long-lasting, loving relationships is commitment. So I am agreeing with you in terms of commitment, meaning something or having
sticking
value
to it
in a healthy relationship.
That's right.
But we talking about romance.
Well, it's the same thing. That's the highest level of romance. The highest level. Listen, if I was
commitment,
why not? Commitment. I would more commitment than a fake. Listen.
Oh, that's where we started.
You
said
faking,
fake. Moving forward,
you're faking that because you want to have sex with me, but you throw out all of the different tools that requires you for me to say that this person really feel me. So yeah, we can have an intercourse. Now, after it's over, and if I had that baby, you done gone. You ditched. So I'm saying romance, I think, is fake in terms of what is it that you're gaining out of this romance? Now, I guess we got to define romance. Because, see, we have something that's not
Lady
really
D,
considered to be romance.
Can y'all pull up romance?
Somebody pull up romance.
Pull up the definition of romance. One of y'all.
And I think that's where we lost at.
Yeah.
Is defining what romance really is.
Yeah, what is
because
it really?
romance to me, women. We got a lot of women on our social media platforms. Romance to me is not that you can say all the right words that will put me in a position to feel vulnerable to you to have sex with you. As a man, if I was a woman, you're going to have to lay more down than your words.
So what you got?
It's going to be your actions.
Right.
Romance, a feeling of excitement, mystery associated with love, a quality
love
of feeling of mystery, excitement, and remoteness from the everyday life. So romance really says that
love.
Keep it the spark in
love
your relationship.
But that's love. So
I mean, that's a. I would say
Wow.
that's a segment of love. I would not
Say it's a
I
full-
would not elevate romance to the same degree of love.
Why would you not?
To the degree because the love that you're talking about,
I'm not.
is all encompassing. It is several components that build that love that you're describing.
No.
We're just talking about a little sliver of that,
But
which
then that
is
ain't
romance.
But that's not romance. He mixed love in there. So is it a full case of love?
Okay, it says
you
that
don't really love that
a
person?
romance is a relationship between two people who are in love with each other, but who are not married to each other. Romance refers to the action and feeling of people who are in
disagree
love,
with that.
especially behavior.
They say it's not married.
So married people can't have romance?
No, she said if not married.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Wait a minute. You said,
She said
say it
single
again.
people.
Say it again. Single people.
I don't know.
Single people
Can have romance. but-
She's saying that's not equated to love, to marriage. It's saying that we have this emotion between us. I'm gonna be honest. My terminology is chemistry. We're feeling each other. We have a chemistry towards each other to make this thing go the way we want it to go. Meaning we're in communication. I think
All right.
chemistry is
So
just
they
in
have a
communication
list of romantic acts. It say take her for a long walk and talk along the beach. Go out of your way to spend time with her on a day you normally wouldn't. One more. Invite her to slow dance with you or bake cookies together. Make the first move. Kiss her on the forehead. Help out with chores. Embrace her in a warm hug from behind without any expectation of sex to follow. Send her sweet text messages to wake her up in the morning and fall asleep at night. Cook her a delicious meal at home.
It's creating intimacy between the
sex.
two.
Or is it creating sex?
Sex is not always a part of
intimacy.
What you talking about? Intimacy and sex are not the same thing.
More men want the sex.
RW3.
I don't even got to hear RW3 point to understand that more men
and sex are not the same.
They're not.
Obviously, they're not. But what I'm saying is this: that's not the game of the man. If he's out there and he's single, and he's not turning around. Listen, I'm gonna get a little graphic.
All men don't want to jump in the bed with every woman that they want to.
All men do that's not married. If they're in a relationship, listen, come on now. Why in the world?
Well, I'm not a man, but
why in the world am I with you as a single man? Now, I'll agree with you if it be a flood of comments of all these men that shoot in. Antonio, you're wrong, because I just want to be with this woman because I understand her intellect. I want to spend time with her. I call it romantic, just because we can share minds together and we can walk the beach and just be in love. I will agree with you if these men
they could be a religious man. They could be a highly religious man and saving themselves for when they get married.
Even they,
so the desire might be there, but they're not going to act on it. You know what I mean? Like the desire might be there, but
they just fall short.
Some of them do. But I'm saying
nobody's perfect.
There are men that exist that will not have sex and still be romantic.
I'm quite sure they are. I'm not negating that. But what I am saying, majority of men that are dating. Okay, so if you come, let me say this: if I'm 49 years of age, which I am. And I met this woman on the street, you should wonder why I'm not married. I would. Listen. I'm throwing shots out there for women. If you met a man, he's at a certain age, you should wonder why he's not married or why his marriage wasn't successful.
But what if the woman is a similar age and she's not married either?
Well, because a lot of times, I'm not saying this all the time. Women, they do fall short. Women can make mistakes. I'm not saying they do. But I'm saying in terms of the man set the atmosphere a lot of the times. Women play off for the men. If this joker wasn't no good, it's because the woman found out he wasn't no good. So but what I'm saying is, one of the things
there could be a lack of romance in the relationship, and she's smitten by a guy.
You're not gonna be in a romance all of your marriage. I'm saying that's not a reality. What I'm saying is the reality says to me, women, listen. Put your face close to the camera as much as you can.
We got a few of them. We got Toya, William, Patrick.
That's what we love.
Aniva.
But I'm not even saying it.
No, they just on.
Okay,
they just
joined.
What
we're gonna say is this. Women, put your face close to the camera as much as possible. Close as your camera, your phone, whatever it is. If you met a man and this Negro is over 49, my age, you can go lower. And if he's not married, you should wonder why. Why aren't you married? Why aren't you in a relationship? And why didn't you allow that relationship to work? Because it's questionable to me being a woman, I'm just putting myself out there. And I want to know, why aren't you married? How old is you? You're 49. But you ain't, in your 49 years, you mean to tell me you haven't met Miss Right? How many times have you dated? Do you have kids? I'm just being real with you. If you have kids, what happened in that situation? Why am I going to give up my piece, my box to you, and you haven't even,
Figured
in your 49 years, figured out what's going to happen? I'm just being real with you. So if you play that role, I suggest you look closely in that relationship, or you look closely in that individual to understand you better come with me with some words, and they better make sense, because listen, I'm about to pass you on because you don't want commitment for some reason. Maybe it's because you want to get in other boxes. I don't know. You know what I mean when I mean box. So you want to get up. Women, you have to wake up. And to some of you guys, you have to grow up and understand that the man, to some degree, set the atmosphere. It's not you. It's the man. Hold on, let me say that. It's the man, to some degree, to set the atmosphere if you are worth what they believe you're worth. Because to me, you're worth a whole lot. But if that man is not selling, maybe you're not worth it. And you need to see, do you want to give up your box, your worth, to this individual? It's on you.
I mean, I think that's, I think there's some good points in there, Antonio. I think there are some good points in there. But I still think we need to come to an agreement on, like, romance. Who is eligible to engage in romance? Is romance
it's healthy.
So should single people have romance? That's what we want to know.
They do.
Married people have romance?
I believe it's a false sense of romance, but I believe that you can have it. But listen, one of the things that when I was dating, I was a realist. I was real as you can realist get. And my thing was, I'm a romance you, but I'm not romancing you just to romance you. You about to do something for me.
Well, what if you're just a romantic?
Well, I ain't caught up. Me myself, I wasn't caught up in that.
You could be
Mine
the kind
was
of guy
about
to go out on a date, and you bring your date a flower, or,
and that's fine.
You know what I'm saying? You take him to a nice restaurant.
To that food, that's fine. My thing is
Did you call him a fool?
Yeah, because I'm not giving you my money. I'm not giving you my money. I'm not laying it down just for a fake premise of.
So what would you do on a date?
Let him finish the statement. I don't need no Tony talking.
Well, I can always lay it down now. One thing I am good is just laying it down. Okay, so my thing is this. If I was single, okay, when I met you, I was attracted to you. I wanted to find out, how can I get into bed with you? It wasn't about, I just want your conversation, I don't hear that. My thing is that because I'm attracted to you, I want to understand what it is and what's going on in the bed with you as a single guy, because that's just what it was. So I'm going to lay out everything. We're going to go out to dinner. If you want candlelight, whatever you want, I'm going to put it out there. I got an agenda.
So you think that older people think that same way too? Older single people?
What you don't understand? What
do you think? But do you guys think? Do you think that older single guys think that same exact way, or was that's a young mentality?
Well, I guess my thing is, men are not like women. Listen, women, you hold so much power. You hold more power than the men do. You can actually play the man more than the man can play you. If their agenda is all about, you already know what I'm saying.
If that's their agenda.
Majority of the time, that's the agenda. Majority of the time, 98% of the time, that's the agenda. It's all about being close to you, understanding what's going on between your legs, and I'm going to deal with that situation. Majority of the time. I don't know any other situation that's not. Okay. Unless something wrong with you. Okay, so, but on the other half, maybe you got these people that's so freaking lonely.
So every
you lonely.
Any interaction that if a man is, I guess, being nice or cordial or quote unquote romantic to a woman, it's because he wants to sleep with her. that's it.
If you want to be their friend,
yes
then you want to be their
friend.
No, that's not a yes or no. You can never answer that question yes or no because you don't know the agenda. Now, let me say it like this. Majority of the time, like I said, and I'm not going off record, I'm going to say 98% of the time, that's what it is. Unless you are a lonely person, and you that guy that just want company. Would you drive with me? I'm about to go up here to Ohio.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying what's wrong with it, but it's not realistic. It's not realistic.
What's not realistic?
To me, okay, let me draw what realistic to me. Realistic to me is based on a percentage of people that would do something more so than the norm. So my thing is being normal. Realistic.
So it's not the norm.
It's not normal. Realistic, a point of view to me is that more men love beautiful women, and their aspect of sleeping with them is what you might call a trophy, an accomplishment,
another notch
success,
on their belt.
another notch on their belt. It shows them as their manhood, more so than a man that's just grown up.
Masculinity.
Exactly, just grown up as their manhood to say that, hey, I'm this man. And I just want to do for you.
We got some comments.
Just get the comments. Let's get the comments. Come on, comments.
Okay. All right. Let me go down. Cause hold on, wait. I just asked someone that question. His response did not solidify him a spot with me.
That's right.
What question did she ask?
Yeah. What question did she ask?
Who is it again?
Don't matter.
This is Toya.
Hey, Toya.
Tori, I get you, baby. I understand.
What tone? No, based on what tone? Hold on.
You got somebody else that commented that said.
Right. Watch why I'm right.
All right. Okay, what's up? What's his deal? Is something up? I'm still trying to look at that.
She probably talking about tone because she don't know what they talking about. She saying, "What's up with the guy with the red hat?"
No, that's not.
We don't know what
that's
he
not a
talking
comment. That's not a
Well,
comment.
how can you not know what I'm talking about? I'm talking
that's not a comment.
I'm talking about the romance.
The romance.
Hold on, Toya.
Toya just responded.
You just asked me what I'm talking about.
Oh no, that wasn't nobody.
Okay,
I asked that.
Okay.
Okay, Latoya said, "Why was he not married? Why was he not married?"
Who?
The guy in the
So
scenario.
she followed your advice because you told him to put their face to the screen, and she asked somebody, "Why aren't you married?" So she must be dating a guy within that age range that you offered, and he's not married. And so she asked, and then her response again was what? It didn't qualify. It didn't solidify.
His response did not solidify him a spot with me.
That's right. If you do an
okay.
interview, let's not talk to the guys. Let's talk to the women. See, that's my thing. Let's talk.
We
to
got
the
a woman
women.
right here.
No, I'm talking about the woman that the man had an experience with in a relationship. If 9 times out of 10, if you sat and you did an interview of the woman perspective of the man that was dating that woman, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be some selfish motives involved with the man, more so in a sexual act. Listen, women don't. Okay, whatever reality you living in, but my saying is that women don't sit back.
We're living in an altered reality.
Women, listen, women. They obviously they have sexual needs just like any man does. Men are a lot more proactive in terms of them meeting their sexual needs than women are.
So are you
Right
saying
now, hold on. Let's
stop
stop for a second. Hold on. Let me stop for a second. Now, I want you to answer this.
Oh my goodness.
I'll hear. And I want you to answer. I'll hear being single now. Women are very clear now in terms of what they want, sexual needs being met, and not communicating what it is they want, need.
I ain't say that. I didn't say that was the question. I said that men are more proactive. I said men in that relationship, men are. I know I'm telling the truth.
No.
Men are more proactive. So you saying that you that doggone sexy. That this
Not
woman,
me.
hold on.
No.
Whoever. You saying that men are that freaking sexy that these women say, hey, look here, buddy. All I want to do is sleep with you.
It might be some.
8 to 12 women to every single man. Yes.
Because
say it again. Repeat it.
No.
Thank you. Give them the real.
But me, what reality? Where?
Showing this, showing
Where?
that.
The really out there. She's a woman
that.
and she got all these female friends.
You crazy. So let me put together the storyline of what you're saying.
1945 where women have to hide their sexuality.
So you mean to tell me that men today don't have to play the games that they play? All they have to do. Hold on, wait a minute. So let me say. So you saying all men have to do, because men play a lot of games, that men have to do is just get in a relationship and tell that woman, which they don't do, say, listen, all I am, I'm not looking for marriage. I'm not looking for commitment.
Absolutely. I know someone right now
that's far
recently
in between.
divorced.
It's far in between.
And they're
hold on. Wait a minute. You just said it. You just hit it on the nose. You just hit it on the nose.
They just want to go on dates.
But guess what? Listen, I'm that same guy. Listen. I know what marriage has been because I've been married.
Right.
So if I was to ever, listen, I'm talking shit. I'm not leaving my wife, but I'm saying in my mindset, I'm different from a single guy because I've been in a marriage before. So I know how to be more upfront with the woman than a single guy does because I've been in a relationship. You just hit the head on it. You just hit the hammer on the head when you said that he was married.
Okay, we got a comment too.
Most married men, I'm talking about the married man again, who's been in a marriage for years. They're totally different from a single male who still have to feel like they got to play game. For me, if I'm in a divorce and I left my wife, is because I don't want to be married no more because I've been through that. So my thing is, I'm gonna set it straight with you and say, listen, I'm not into no relationships. I've been married,
but they can still be romantic.
Hold on. I'm not saying no, we remember.
Can we get this comment?
Okay, let's get this comment.
Hold on. I'm not saying romance, but I'm still saying that romance, regardless of how you feel, you're not just women. You're being cheated. Romance, to some degree, is faked. I don't believe that the romance is real.
Or fake.
It's fake.
Well,
fake.
The
romance. See, I'm messing up all our single men. See, listen. Romance.
You talking about it's fake in single or marriage?
As a single man, women, romance. At the end of the day, show me a man that tell you that they want to be romantic and don't want to have sex with you, then I'll believe it. But if you can't show me that, then I don't believe it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. What's the comment?
Romance.
Okay, she said.
Hold on. Forget that.
We can't.
Wait a minute. I'll pay for this. Listen to that. Romance and sex go hand in hand.
Different things.
You out your freaking mind.
They're not synonymous.
So Tone said. So Toya said Tone. She addresses to Tone
specifically.
She said society has changed. Women are being more aggressive in getting their sexual needs met.
Yes.
She said men don't need to play the games anymore. Tone. A lot of women are throwing it as the young lady say, presenting the package with.
So Toya. So
with your age.
This is what you tell in his own world. A woman is telling him, he trying to tell a woman.
I don't believe it. I know men. I done heard women that call me on the phone and told me things. So listen what I'm telling you. Look, I'm going to tell you like this. You can believe what you want to believe. Listen, I never said that. See, this is the thing. You hear what you want to hear. I never said that women are not aggressive. Okay. I said that men are more aggressive. And I'm telling you,
we don't disagree.
But it is some women that are more aggressive than men.
In fact, let me put the women out there to you. Women are more aggressive where they put it on the line. They'll show you through body language or whatever it is that what they're looking for. Majority of men are cowards. They don't do that. They will try to manipulate the situation through emotional word contact and money. That's what they do. That's what they always been doing. Either it's manipulation through words, vulnerability, finding a woman that's vulnerable, not a woman that's strong, a woman that's vulnerable, or through money play. To show their romance, if you want to call it romance, I don't call it romance, just to sleep with you, because that's how desperate men are.
Okay,
women put it on the floor. They let you know exactly what it is. They listen. This is why I admire women more than I do men.
Well, I appreciate
women
that.
is straight up about what it is they're looking for. They ain't got time to play games. You have some, and let me show you this. More women, and I'm gonna tell you this, to that comment that was said, it's only depicted upon the woman and her lifestyle. If that woman is doing good, if she's making her own money, she's taking care of her own household, then I get that. Because she's saying, Negro, all I need you for is, hey, to give it up. That's all I need you for. But you have a lot of women that's out there have low self-esteem, and the man run right over it. And some of those men only choose women with low self-esteem, and they pull up on that. You ain't got to believe me, but it is a fact.
Well, you know what? I appreciate you, because in multiple conversations, you tend to skew towards the man having a manipulating or manipulative intent. So I think the tool, like romance, is a tool, and I think that it can exist without malicious intent or a manipulating intention.
That's right.
You know, so I'm just saying that I'm giving you a little credit for bringing in that piece, because
don't give me a little, give me a lot.
No, I can't give you a lot.
Give me a lot,
because I agree with that. How you framed it about the romance.
About the romance. Well, listen. Pull off the cover off these guys. You better pull the cover off, because
you listen, all these
if you don't pull the cover off these guys, listen, you're gonna be misled.
So you don't think it's nobody that's genuine that has a real,
so why we don't get married?
Romance?
Because
they're trying to get to know each other.
Romance is just
Negro,
a tool
why you been out here for these many years and you ain't made a commitment? You better get it. Listen, women, I'm a man. I'm already married. I don't care. I'm just telling you what's a fact.
In this situation, sounds like this woman and this man have been either in a courtship or dating or whatever.
He ain't said nothing to her.
Right, he hasn't said anything.
I know why.
No romance.
What I think to know why.
Okay, so let's go there.
But hold on, let me jump in, Tom, because you're making a false statement.
Hold on, let me answer the question. She said that he never done it because guess what? He feel like it's not required. She played herself. Hear me again. You played yourself. You hold the power, but you allow him to play you, because guess what? This guy never showed you how he felt about you. You played yourself, and you playing yourself till you set the standard to let this I don't know if he's Negro or not, to let this person know that, listen, this is what my requirements are. This is what I need you to do in order to fulfill those requirements. We talking about love language. Well, hey, this is my love language. I get my own money. I pay my own bills. I don't need you for that. If we in a relationship, if we're just dating, I need you to fulfill these requirements. I need you to appreciate me. If you don't, I got to find somebody else who will.
So hold on.
If that don't happen, then you is your fault.
So let's I want to make sure we it's like we're intermingling.
Yeah.
Intermingling, because like when Tone,
he's saying
like for example, like Tone earlier, he said we got to deal with the war that we're living in. So we have a biblical, spiritual, and we have the world.
Yes.
Like the real world, like I agree with you. Like we agree. Right. I think the commitment is marriage. We agree.
That's right.
Now, but the world say I don't have to be married to make a commitment. We're talking about two different sets of rules.
What type of commitment?
A relational commitment. Because you ultimately, it sounded like I heard you say, if he's not marrying you, he's not making a commitment to you.
So it's a false game.
But hold on.
It's a false game.
Hold on. But that in the world, that's their definition.
That's my perspective.
Right, but then you got a biblical. Of course, it's false from biblical perspective. But the world says that I don't have to be married And I could be just as committed. I hear people in the world, don't you hear what I'm saying? Yeah. They say I don't have to be married and I'm committed.
It's a fake commitment.
No, for them, because you can't define it for them. You can't define fakeness for them.
So this is what I'm saying. Listen. Fake. So let's go into these celebrities who they actually get married. Mm-hmm. And then they say they fall out in love.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because they didn't have romance.
Wait. No.
I'm quite sure they had the money to do romance.
It wasn't real. Listen, we have set the narrative of what romance is. It's more non-married than it is married. So that's why marriage suffers so much. Because we put that perspective out of what we consider, as long as you're pleasing me at this moment, that's romance. So but
all
I care about is you're pleasing me.
Well, but what if the guy, he's being pleased like sexually, but the woman want to be pleased romantically? Not she. I'm like she like put more towards intimacy, but the guy put more towards sex. So then, if she's pleasing the guy, so she's her needs are not being fully met because hers is more intimacy.
Now we're talking about commitment, though. We're talking about being committed to romance, and more so than not being committed. Okay, so this is where I draw the line to. Right?
Yeah. I mean, you could, but you okay. Go ahead.
So I guess what I'm saying, I love firing this up. Okay, so what I'm saying is this. That's right. Okay, marriage and being non-married. Okay, obviously there's a difference. Now, I'm not telling you that I don't believe, because there's been people who's been in relationships for years, 10, 20 years, and they haven't married. Right. And they really feel that they love that individual. Mm-hmm. So, and for some reason they...
When you say feel, they don't love each other unless they're married? I'm asking you that.
Well, what I'm saying is that they don't feel the need to say that we should be connected to a piece of paper. Not the fact that I'm emotionally inclined with, I'm not connected with you. They feel that they're connected. Mm-hmm. They feel like a piece of paper doesn't make a difference.
Right.
But to the degree, I believe that's a lie. Only because the paper... Contractually,
what about gay couples who is legal to get married?
Well, I can't comment on that.
Okay.
I can't even go down that road.
Because again,
I won't even travel down that road.
said there's a difference between biblical and secular. There's a difference between those two worlds.
I'm not talking about biblical.
Okay.
Because you got people who are spiritually that's been married for years. I know a couple right now has been married. They don't go to church. You know what I mean? Mm. They've been married. They said that I love you enough that I'm going to make a commitment to you to prove my love to you.
But the commitment is not defined by the piece of paper.
Well,
the commitment is through the actions. Mm-hmm. Like you define love as action oriented. Mm-hmm. Commitment is no different. It is defined by what you do, not by what you say.
That's right.
So you can be committed to someone.
Wait a minute. Say it again. By what you what?
What you do.
So what is popular in this society?
But the government has decided because that piece of paper don't exist in the Bible. So the government is the one who decided that you got to sign a piece of paper to say to be recognized and acknowledged as a union.
But is it because that's what's popular to say that marriage? So we won't get off track.
Africans jumped the broom back in the day because they couldn't even get married. So you can't tell me that piece of paper.
That was a system of marriage. So.
But that's what I'm saying. It's symbolic.
It defines
their
marriage.
It is symbolic.
We ain't doing that today.
Right.
We think that because I'm tired of you, you tired of me.
Let's call it a quits.
We should quit. It was good once we were pleasing one another in that moment. That's a sign of romance, because
commitment.
If you want me to get to the definition of what I call romance, is that we're satisfying one another. You're pleasing me at this time, but at that time when you stop pleasing me, or when I feel that you're not pleasing me as much as you should, then it's time for us to go our separate ways. So in the aspect of romance, to me,
because romance
is
die
defined
eventually
as pleasing one another. I'm caught up in the emotional feeling to what's going on, the atmosphere, what I lay down, what you're saying to me, all contribute to romance.
Mm-hmm. You're right. It's the little things that you do.
Right. But when you stop, or I felt that you stopped because it wasn't at that level, we need to separate. Because I need to find somebody else who can fulfill those needs for me. I need the candlelight dinner. I need the music playing. I need you to whisper in my ear that I love you every 10, 20 minutes.
So romance seems to be like this very defined thing for you. So let me challenge you to do this.
I'm not defining it. You guys are.
Is what she's asking. Is what she's asking then.
So she's saying she's showing him a lot of affection. That's what it seems like.
Affection.
Telling him, she love him, and she's showing him
this,
but he's not showing anything towards her.
So
that's love.
Let's say this. Let's say this.
That's pleasing.
This is what I stay on. I'm a huge proponent of. I cannot determine for you the definition of romance.
You don't have to.
Hold on. So they determine
the flesh.
Those two people,
what pleases
however they do it, whatever they define as romance is what their definition of it.
Well, can we both say this? Can we say this?
Let me finish with her.
Okay.
So in that particular case, she has determined he's not being romantic based on the lack of these behaviors.
Right.
So she can determine, okay, in order for me to view as being romantic, this is what I need from you. And if in fact
it pleases her, am I right? That pleases her, right?
But you're like you said, you're pouring into the cup. You're pouring into the cup.
You want something?
No. Okay, so
and that pleasing her. I mean, naturally, it should be a reciprocity.
It's about pleasing one another.
That's what romance is.
It's about
the essence of romance is pleasing one another.
We agree.
What makes you feel good? What makes me feel good?
Yeah.
But you said that you can't determine what is romance for that person. Yes, I can, because it's about. Okay, so let me.
No, they say that. If they say they're happy and it's romantic, how can you tell them it's not?
Because it pleases them. That's the essence of it. The essence of it is that it pleases me. Just like she's saying, he's not showing this because it's not pleasing to her.
Okay.
On his aspect, he might look at it and say, this is what pleases me. It's not pleasing you. I'm talking to you on the phone. But she might say, well, I need more of this. Because that's what pleases me. The essence of it, listen, there's a fact. See, we use the word spirituality. One thing that the world can never come from is that the Bible always speaks truth, whether you accept it or not. There's a passage in the Bible where the Bible said Jesus stayed away from them because he knew who they were. He understood flesh. He understood what man was. He had the epiphany of what man was, and they were a ball of flesh, emotions that pull between them. The same thing even today. I don't have to know you to understand that I understand that what pleases you is what pleases you. It says what it says. My flesh, what you say to me is what pleases me. If it's said right. If not, I don't want to be involved with you because you're not affecting me. You're not making me feel good.
But I thought that in relationships,
I don't think just because
I thought that pleasing one another is important in any relationship, like a marriage.
No, it's not the truth. That what you said is this. This is what you just said. You said, and when you're not pleasing me, I don't want to be with you.
That's half of the society.
Hold on. What I'm saying is, if you're not pleasing me, I don't think the automatic go-to is we're going to be together.
That's what
you communicate.
You communicate.
What is
Tell
not
me what relationship happen like that when you single.
Everybody we know.
A lot of
they talk to each other. Let's don't walk away.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Everybody know they're single.
What you're saying is, let me show you what I'm hearing on my end. You're saying that if you don't please me and you continue to do that we're going to continue to stay in an
now you just added that piece. Now what I said was, remember what I repeated you said? You said, you're not pleasing me, I'm gone.
So why you
so
ain't
now
married?
you just get intervention.
But you're married then. Aren't you married?
No. Who?
If you're that inclined, to, I want to know what did I do that I can make better to make us go in deeper into this relationship while we not married?
Because
why do I spend the time in that?
Because again, here we go again. Because they've determined that marriage is not the affirming point of who they are. You said that for them.
Right.
They didn't say that.
Well, so what you're saying? Okay, so let me fall back to what you're saying. That's why America gonna be bombed to hell. Is what you're saying? You just got to read Revelations when it turned to World War III. So my thing is that what you're saying is that this. It's not about us building a commitment, a unity between one another, of saying that I'm going to be with you for the rest of my life. You're going to be with me, and we're going to figure out how this thing works. When we're dating, if I'm not pleasing you, then you got to tell me what it is, which I doubt, that pleases you so that I can make sure I make this walk with you so that it can please you and we can live happily ever after. You said that's what goes on in dating today.
It creates pathways for deeper engagement.
For who?
For the couple.
Parties.
For single people?
Right, that's what we talking about, Tony.
And married people.
Show me what it's
people that, like for example,
married people.
She said, "And married people."
I need to know.
The
Forget married people. I need
the
to see these
research
single
that I'm
people.
doing right now talks about how you have to have adventure and excitement.
Or you want to get her
in the relationship in order to create, even if it's just creating new experiences to energize the relationship and have things to talk about.
Why?
I mean,
for what are my end goals? What I'm saying is that what in the world, what end goals that I have in mind that I'm going to spend this much time working out this relationship, and I didn't say, "Hey, listen, baby, let's make this commitment." Sign it.
No, you've made the commitment, but let's say you're 5 years in, you're 8 years in, things become mundane, they become routine.
Right.
You decide that you and your wife gonna go to Bahamas.
I'm talking about single.
Y'all gonna
I ain't
have
talking about married.
We ain't talking about married
We're
either.
talking about romance.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
even though the definition says only single people, I don't believe that. But
Go ahead.
you go off, you have that wonderful experience. Now you come back, you just given the relationship something to get energized.
Is
on.
it a false
that's a
pretense?
new memory. Is it
false?
No,
is it a false pretense?
A pretense to what?
To I'm going to make sure that I romance you so I can get whatever I want out of the relationship.
No, that's
listen,
that manipulative mindset. See,
isn't that what it
you
is?
tend to skew
Damn
towards this box of
Tell me what
every
it is.
action has a manipulating.
Yeah.
Why would it
intent.
not?
Yeah, but that's because that's not true.
So you think
even if
we think that no so you don't think no single person.
Do you believe dating is about me gaining?
This is what I believe. I'm about
I
to tell
need to
you.
hear this.
I believe, I don't care who it is and what human, we connect relationally. I don't believe there's no human on earth that's besides Jesus Christ that 100% I'm going to come in union and relationship with you. It could be business, whatever. That I don't think I can get some type
That's
of
not true.
something from it.
That's not true.
That's what I don't believe it.
It's not true. It's not true because
People don't connect with people just because I totally want to serve you.
That's not true.
In a relationship.
Because
do you believe that?
I don't believe
well,
that.
it's because you haven't went deeper into a relationship of being married.
What?
Because
Lady was saying something.
because marriage is not about you.
Right.
See, so if you understood that narrative, you understand.
I understand that narrative, but everybody get married.
No,
but that's what I'm saying, Tom.
No.
I agree with you.
No.
But everybody to get
No.
get
I wouldn't
married.
say everybody. I wouldn't say
say everybody that get married. Like what you're saying, What I'm saying, I agree. But in everybody that get married, don't say I'm getting married because I want to please you, Tom. Everybody don't get married for that reason, brother.
Right.
But you answered my question then. You answering my question. You're not answering yours. You answering mine. Because the simple fact is, that's what I've been saying when you're dating. It's a false narrative. It's not real. Because, the only thing in this relationship and dating is what you can do to please me and what I can do to please you. When that stopped happening, we out of this.
But hold on, Tom. But you keep saying. So I'm saying there are people that get married that have that same mindset.
I don't know those people. I can't answer.
I know a lot of people that got married because they selfish.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
For selfish reasons. No.
Who is it?
I know a lot of people that got married for selfish reasons.
Wait a minute.
I won't say it's
I'm not saying.
marriage.
I'm not
Right.
exactly.
You know.
Exactly. So my thing is,
So marriage doesn't affirm
those marriages.
that.
No.
Yeah.
You out your freaking.
I just
mind.
told you people get married.
Wait a
That's
minute.
not the reason.
No, you said get married. I'm not saying stay married because you staying married and getting married is two. I can get married because I got a baby by this person.
Right.
But down the line, I understand what marriage is, and we're still together today. You said,
and you saying it's not worthy to spice up the marriage from time to time?
I'm saying it is a false. I'm saying it is false in the dating. I'm not saying marriage. Marriage is a whole different commitment.
Okay.
I'm saying when you're dating, this person said they didn't see this in this individual because they're not married yet. She didn't mention they were married. She said
but they should see it before they get married, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's going to make them determine if they want to should marry that person or not.
So that's not false then.
It never changed. No, it never changed because this person then have to go back to the drawing board and get deeper into what they consider what marriage is to them. So I need to say that I need to make more of a commitment and paying attention.
That's right.
To what's going on in my marriage, then to say just what pleases me. When I'm dating, a lot of times it's all about what pleases me. When that stops, I'm gone. When you're not pleasing me, if we're not at this status level of where it should have been when we first got dating, where I was feeling these, whatever I was feeling, butterflies, whatever I was feeling, I didn't feel that anymore. I'm out of here because I want the next high. Almost like a
But I think, like Lady B said,
addiction.
I think that shows the level of emotional maturity or the lack thereof. If you are just in it for thrill seeking, you know, like if
dating, that's what dating is, isn't it?
But no, that's what I'm saying. No, that's not. I think if you're dealing with someone who has some emotional maturity. Some
but how do a person get married though? Determine they want to get.
Mindset.
How do a person determine they want to get married if they don't feel they're not having some kind of connection?
Scared. You just scared
what is
me.
it?
You scared the devil out of me. If you tell me that marriage and dating is the same,
who said that? Who said that? Nobody said that.
You just said that.
Nobody said. No one said that.
Repeat what you just said. When I asked you a question, what did you say?
You said dating is thrill seeking. I said no, it's not.
What is it then? If it ain't thrill seeking, what is it?
Well, what's that? Because I see you make difference of the definitions. I don't believe courtship is thrill seeking.
Okay. Courtship and dating is different.
So that's why I'm gonna stay with courtship.
Courtship
is my term.
No,
right, with Tone,
we can't do that because.
So I ain't talking about dating. I'm talking about courtship.
Okay.
Courtship.
Let me define courtship. If you're having sex, you're not in courtship.
Okay.
You're dating.
Okay.
Dating and courtship is totally different.
Okay.
Courtship is to say that this is the one that I'm going after to see if she's marriage or he's marriage potential.
Okay.
That's what courtship is.
Okay.
Dating is if we're sleeping together and we're in a commitment and it's somewhat exclusive.
So I believe I agree. Dating is thrill seeking. I agree.
So
based on that, I agree.
But we're not talking about courtship.
I'm talking about courtship.
We're not talking about that.
It's just.
But I agree. Based on that, what you just said.
You switched the story
because I had to think about. I had to think about that. You got two different definitions.
I only got. We talking about dating. We didn't say courtship.
But I was intertwining the same.
So do you consider this woman and how she defined? She didn't give us much, but did you consider her dating or in a courtship?
Dating. She's dating.
She's saying about sex.
So she's only in it for thrill seeking. So you feel like based on that, if she continues not to get what she wants, she's just gonna automatically leave the relationship.
I'm gonna tell you what I believe.
She's not gonna try and have a conversation. She's not gonna try and give him some time to come around.
No, I'm gonna tell you what I believe. Okay. I believe that we misconstrue words. We take words and we put it in what we feel it should be. We don't look at definitions. We look at, to me, always remember, if you say anything to me, I'm going to take you literally to what you said because you said it. I don't know what your definition of what this means. My wife will tell you, if you say whatever you say, I'm going to take you at that. Because that's what you let me off with. If you didn't know the definition of what that word means, that's on you. But I'm going to look at what you said and say, oh, well, that doesn't mean that. That means this. Courtship and dating are two different things. One is the potential, and one is to say, hey, look, we in this. I like you, you like me. We gonna date. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's how I look at it. So when I look at this individual who spoke, she said that she see that this guy is not looking at her or having said the things. Matter of fact, I don't even understand what romance play into that, because he said that she never said that I love you. I love you don't have anything to do with romance. Because I think romance is a temporary. I think it's very temporary in a dating relationship. Where when I'm married, I need to make sure I build. Marriage is like a business. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Marriage is like a business. You got to put time in if it's going to be successful.
Right.
You may lose out. You may have your lower. You might have but you got to learn and build to make it successful. When you marriage, it ain't no LLC. I mean, when you dating, ain't no LLC. You gotta get in and say, hey, look, you please me today. Now, let me look at her. She looked better over here, or he looked better over here. I'm gone. Hey, we was good.
In that thinking, then, does she even have a right to expect this guy to do those things if they're just dating?
But should they? If I'm not committed to you, to me, commitment means marriage. I'm just gonna be honest. Commitment means marriage.
But how she's gonna see the good things in him before they decide to get married if he's not showing
because
anything?
You see the potential. You see that it's potential because you're drawing down that line. I would tell any single woman, look for the potential in the relationship. See if this person has the potential to be someone that you want to be with for the rest of your life.
But I think it's unfair to measure that potential
between dating
when you haven't when you haven't done all you can do to pull that potential out.
What do you mean by that? Just having fun?
No. I mean, like, in this particular situation, this guy, and I'm giving guys the benefit of the doubt, may just be naive to some of the things that she likes.
I said that.
Okay. So, but with a mere conversation,
that's right.
Okay, he can say, that. "Oh, okay, you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't realize that hurt you, or that you're feeling the way you are. I'm gonna try."
That's different.
Okay,
that's totally different.
He just demonstrated to her a whole nother level of potential for him to go from the dating to the courtship.
I agree with that.
So I'm just saying, like, just.
But if you ain't do that, if you just out there, listen.
All right.
Let me tell you this. If you're out there, I think that men should be more upfront with women. I think that they should be, if they're in this relationship, to say, hey, listen, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not looking to be married to you. I'm looking for us to have fun, enjoy one another, and whatever happens, happens. I believe that if you lay that on the table, that she will respect you more than you just you don't say anything, she don't say anything.
And you know
you
what?
Run game on her, she run game on you.
Yeah.
Y'all wasting y'all time. That's why people are murdering each other.
And you know
That's
what,
why
Tom?
they blowing their brains out and shooting each other.
And I agree with that.
Yeah,
even now, like just me or talking to someone, I'll say, look, music, career, my daughter, ministry, like you would be fifth.
That's right.
And I'll say, like,
that's right.
You're way down there.
That's right.
So there's a chance that you might say, hey, let's go do something. Today is Tuesday and Saturday. I might just say, I don't feel like it right now.
That's right.
So
that's right.
I might not be the best person.
That's right.
For you to even interact with.
That's right.
If you want consistency.
That's right.
Or anything connected to that. Because if somebody say, we about to hit the studio, I'm probably going to pick that.
That's right.
Instead of you.
That's 100%
so
right.
and I agree with you in terms of, and people, straight up.
We don't do that though. Men and women don't do that. Yeah. It's because they're afraid that they're going to lose out on something.
Yeah.
So they scared of just being straight up.
Yeah.
I think that it comes a time of experience and somewhat, I'm not going to shadow this so much. I don't know if age plays so much of a part, but I think experience does.
No, experience, I agree.
Definitely do, because you know what you want and you know what you don't want.
I absolutely
and you know
agree.
what's going to affect you from what's not going to affect you.
That's
So,
right.
listen, I know you could be a stalker, you could be anything, but I'm gonna lay it down the line. That's what I'm looking for, because I don't want anything less. When women and men do that, then they won't fall in these situations anymore, because you're playing. I'm gonna say somebody could be playing.
Is that the romance situation you saying? Like,
well, then you will know what's true romance and what's not true romance. You know if I'm just entertaining you.
What's true romance?
Well, true.
Because you just said all romance.
Should true romance last forever? Romance could be because I kissed you on the neck.
Yeah.
Romance could be because I told you I love gesture. You. Yeah, it could be because I said I love you.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what you define romance. But a fake narrative of romance could be that I'm whining and dying you because I have an agenda in mind. Most women, I'm going to be honest, they buy into that. Most women buy into wordplay. And I'm gonna throw you out this couple of dollars, but look, everybody going over here.
But you're looking at certain activity. I mean,
I can only go off that.
But I'm saying like
we gotta wrap this up, y'all.
Okay,
we can have part 2.
Right.
Yeah. But guys, listen, like Lady B said, we can go on with this.
Oh, yeah.
What is your perspective on this?
Yes, guys. We need you guys to comment.
Is romance when you're dating actually, I mean, you can believe that it is real at that time. But are you looking for something in the end? Or do you really just want to romance this person because you really love them? And you want to show this person a good time because you have... Is it admiration for a person?
Sure.
You have admiration for a person. So you really just want to do it. Because you really love this person.
Or care about that person.
Or is it because you want to see how long it's going to take for you to split them legs? I mean, be real. Comment. Share the page. I want to know what you feel. Because listen, this is something that we need to change. Don't call it romance when it's not romance. Or real romance. Call it something else. You go to
thrill seeking.
Yeah, thrill seeking, whatever it is. Just call it what it is. Just be real with yourself and be real with individuals. And that's, I think, will slow down people being murdered, people being, depressed, whatever it is, because they didn't lead that individual on. Be real with them.
Be real.
Love one another. Be safe.
Be safe
healthy.
out there, you guys.
We'll talk to you soon.
Until we
Peace.
I'm out.
Have a lovely day.
Lovely day.
Lovely
Lovely day,
day.
lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day.
Hey.
Come on,
When I
singer.
wake up
RW3. Come on, throw a little line up in there.
A lovely day.
Hey.
Elena, put your coat on.
Oh, my son already. Like, okay, time to go.
Y'all can get out of here.
Hello.
Oh, he ready. Look at it.
We gotta wait on dinner
to get back down.
It was nice actually seeing your podcast for once.
Oh, okay, yeah. Live, you mean, right? Mm-hmm. Live.